So there's some unrest here in Nova Scotia, where I call home, to do with lobster fishermen from an Indigenous reserve who have the right to a moderate living through lobster fishing year round, which is something that the commercial fishermen don't get to do, and now they're complaining about conservationism, even though the commercial fishermen are doing hundreds of thousands times more fishing in the area. But the real problems aren't about lobster. The real problems are about systemic oppression and the fact that by design, white people have everything handed to them. They're able to go and walk the streets without worrying about the enforcers, the police, you know, coming up and misjudging the situation and somebody getting shot. It's just not prevalent in the white aspects of society. And I mean, I see people posting here in Nova Scotia about how they feel horrible about what's going on, the violence and stuff, but that they don't feel that it has anything to do with race, and that comes straight from white privilege. That's saying that because my ancestors weren't slave drivers, or because I didn't personally commit any atrocities like residential schools, that it's not my fault, and I absolve myself from all guilt to do with all of that. And these people clearly don't realize that the benefits that are systemically designed and placed all throughout society to keep people behind barriers and allow white people to thrive resonate through every aspect of their being on a daily basis, and they benefit from it whether they want to or not, and they just don't realize that. And that's really what the main issue is that it is about race. It's all about race, and it's been about race for hundreds of years. We literally came over here and decided that all of this land was now ours, and then through treaty rights and negotiations, we took even more land than we originally agreed on, for peanuts, and then we bred ourselves into their societies to get them out of the rights that they have left. So in Canada, I think it's if you're a 16th native, then you have certain tax benefits and you have certain abilities, like these lobster fishermen who are supposed to be able to get a moderate living. But you don't get that if you're not 1/16th native anymore. And these Indigenous reserves that are left over, they don't have schools. They don't have a culture that's persevering, because they don't even teach their own language to their own people, because they don't have the resources, and they don't have the ability, and they don't have the people to be able to do that. And the fact that it's impossible for them to keep their bloodline as natives in this country allows us to further propagate the thinning out and the subjugation against these people. But really, the key takeaway is that even if you are not personally responsible for doing any harm, or not personally responsible for any of the historical actions against these people that we're supposed to be sorry for, you still need to be sorry, and you need to own up to the responsibility that you are part of the problem, even if you aren't directly part of the problem. The fact that you're benefiting from these hundreds of years of oppression and subjugation is the problem. The fact that you have white privilege and that you don't even notice it is the problem. And that's what I wanted to say about that today. And if you like this video, check out some of the other videos that I have at the end of this video popping up for you to be able to review. Just click on them, give me a subscribe, and we'll be back with more of this nonsense on another day, maybe even later today.